If you turn on the TV and watch any sports show around draft time, you'll find a darling that the media clings to. This player is not one of those guys, but he's one of mine, Seth Henigan, quarterback out of Memphis. Seth has been a very consistent starter throughout his entire college career at Memphis. His best season with the Tigers has to be his 2023 season, where he threw for 3,883 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions.
For Memphis, Henigan up top once again, looking deep, and got a man. That one is going to be 6 for Memphis. Joseph Skates gets behind the defense, one play,
and was selected as second-team All-ACC and was a TWSA Player of the Year. He would take a small step back in his senior year, but was still fairly solid and would declare for the 2025 NFL Draft and would receive an invite to the NFL Combine.
I don't think Seth has progressed since his freshman year, and I think that's pretty obvious. I think he's regressed in a lot of ways.
Especially turnovers. That's the biggest one.
In managing how he throws the ball and where he throws the ball and the timeliness of throwing said ball.
Seth has the benefit of being able to make throws at all three levels, which tends to be rare for college quarterbacks. He's shown a certain proficiency for standing in the pocket and being patient enough to let his receiver get downfield and the necessary arm to get the ball there. He will rarely sail a pass if he has a clean pocket, showing off great control of the ball and is arcing and has the touch to drop a ball into a bucket 10 to 50 yards downfield. Speaking of the pocket, Seth shows good poise in the pocket, taking the time to read the defense and make the best throw possible. He's also not a statue, showing off subtle movements in the pocket to avoid pressure and isn't afraid to tuck and run when needed. While Seth's accuracy is a huge plus, he's also got a good arm, able to launch the ball downfield or thread a pass in a tight window, which is helped massively by his very quick, whip-like throwing motion, leading to very little time for a rusher to disrupt his pass process. And don't worry, Seth is full of experience, with his consistent production at Memphis giving him a lot of tape to digest, both good and bad. If you notice, I stated that Seth will rarely sail a pass if he has a clean pocket. That's key, because when the pocket breaks down, he tends to make panic decisions like taking sacks or throwing interceptions, and he doesn't really have the twitch or quickness to evade rushers for long. His foot movement also breaks down immensely, shuffling way too much, which can cause his throws to come out flat, tending to throw off his back foot under pressure, which is not sustainable. While Seth's arm is good, it isn't elite by any means, as he can struggle to drive balls downfield and having to rely too much on lob passes, which can be easily defended at the next level. He's also seen as a one-read QB, hitting his first read no matter what instead of looking for the better read, and will cut and run too quickly on a play. This pairs poorly with his iffy decision-making, opting to try a contested throw downfield rather than the much safer pass below. And while he's been extremely consistent at Memphis, unfortunately he's been consistent at throwing interceptions as well. Seth perfectly fits the mold for a backup quarterback in the NFL, which is less than ideal for any player coming out of college. So if you guys have watched any of my podcasts recently, you'll know that I've adopted Seth Henigan as my draft darling. Seth Henigan is the GOAT. He didn't need the combine anyways. He's going to get drafted, and he's going to be the next Tom Brady. Anyway, while, yeah, it's mostly a joke, he does have some serious talent. I think he's got a lot of work to do, but with his consistent production at Memphis being a massive plus and his polished QB traits that an NFL team can love, I could see him slipping into the draft. I think his solid combine performance helped him quite a bit and gave teams a good look at those polished traits. But right now, I don't see him as a starting quarterback. He just has way too many issues that make him turnover prone to trust him with an offense for long. For that, I see a 7th round selection for Seth, possibly going undrafted. I will continue being the Seth Henigan fan club leader as long as I can. Who knows? Maybe we could see a late round gem become the next big thing.